The old mansion on the outskirts of town always had a shroud of mystery around it. Legend had it that anyone who stepped inside never came out the same. For years, it stood abandoned, its windows like dark, empty eyes staring out at the curious few who dared to approach. The townsfolk spoke in hushed tones about the eerie whispers that could be heard emanating from the house on windy nights. One chilly October night, 5 friends Alex, Jeremy, Lisa, Maria, and Ben decided to spend the night inside the haunted mansion. They were skeptics of the supernatural and thought it would be a thrill, an adventure they could laugh about later. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they stepped through the creaking door as it swung open with a ghostly groan. The inside was a claustrophobic maze of dusty furniture, cobwebbed corners, and ancient portraits whose eyes seemed to follow their every move. A cold draft slithered around their ankles, raising goosebumps on their skin. They first explored the ground floor, giggling nervously as they discovered creaking floorboards and old, mouse-eaten curtains. Everything changed when they found the staircase leading to the cellar. Ben, the fearless leader, convinced the group to descend into the musty darkness. As they moved deeper down the stairs, the air grew thicker and their flashlights flickered, as if the darkness itself was swallowing the light. The cellar was a cavernous room filled with broken chairs, rusty tools, and shadows that seemed to dance when no one was looking. In the center of the room stood an old well, covered with a rotting wooden lid. Intrigued, Jeremy pried it open, revealing a gaping black hole. Suddenly, a chilling whisper echoed from within, saying, "Leave this place." They all froze, their breath turning visible in the sudden drop in temperature. Lisa screamed as cold, invisible hands seemed to push her towards the well. The group scrambled back up the stairs, but the house had changed. Hallways stretched impossibly long, doors led to nowhere, and the once familiar rooms morphed into labyrinthine nightmares. Maria was the first to vanish, her terrified shriek echoing through the walls. The others sprinted through the endlessly shifting corridors, their minds fracturing under the strain of the house's malevolent magic. One by one, they disappeared, Jeremy swallowed by the floor, Ben dragged into a mirror by spectral hands, and Alex engulfed by a living shadow. Lisa found herself alone in the attic, trembling as the whispers grew louder, more insistent. "Join us," they hissed. She stumbled upon an old diary, its pages filled with warnings and pleas from previous victims. Desperation turned to horror as she realized the whispers were her friends, trapped in the house's eternal grip. With the final plea, "Join us," Lisa's sanity snapped. The next day, the mansion stood quiet and still, but now, if one listens closely, they can hear 6 voices whispering in the wind, warning the next curious soul who dares to enter.